Hey y'all, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Mary Payne here. And guess what? I'm on video with my girl Keisha. Hey Keisha.
Hi, how are you?
Look at us on video together.
I know.
It's the
Which is
first
no different
time.
because we always see each other, so it
Yeah.
feels like normal. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people are going to see my face. Do I need Botox? Like, what's going on?
I need all of it. I
Oh,
well, it's good to see you. Normally I see you, but the people don't always see us together. So that's
yes.
fun. So that's
And we
fun.
look cute today. You guys don't
Listen.
know how we really look when we record.
Oh God.
We have seen each other at our best and at our worst. Like, we have recorded, like, she'll be in her pajamas one time. Next time, I'm in my pajamas, Mary Payne, or warm up suits, hair all crazy. And yeah,
It's
we
generally
really,
there's not a mascara in sight. Nope.
no, maybe a clear lip gloss or chapstick. That's as far as we go. Yeah.
I pull out my lip gloss from over here and put it on sometimes, but that's about
Yep.
it.
Yep.
You
Yep.
guys, if you could see this crazy mess that is my office, I'm sorry because I was trying to lean it this way, but that's not any cuter because we have a dumpster in our driveway and we have
Oh,
been cleaning out this house like an episode of Hoarders. It's been incredible. It's been so fun.
wait, how much stuff do you have to get rid of that you need one of those dumpster out? What?
A lot, a lot, a lot. Here's what it is. You know, whenever if people are coming to your house for something, you're like, oh, I better like shove all this shit in a closet real quick so
Yes.
all the surfaces look
Yes.
like we don't live here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having a baby shower for my niece in a couple of weeks, and it's going to
Oh,
be all these girls, and of course, they're all in that 30-year-old thing, and they're all just like, we'll bring this and we'll do that, and I go, my
right.
house will be the vessel, and you girls just
Right.
do whatever you want, right?
Okay. Okay.
But then I'll look around and I'm like, okay, all right, something's going to have to happen here. So I just went to the extreme and rented this little dumpster. And we have been throwing like old furniture that's in the garage, just like
Oh, wow.
it feels really good. Like broken suitcases. Why? Why do we have a closet full of suitcases and 2/3 of them are broken? So every time we go on a trip, we're like, this was broken. And then we stick it back in the closet.
Stick it
Like,
back in a closet. Okay, I get it. Yeah, we're
yeah.
like that too. You
So
don't
it's
notice shit until like someone's coming to your house.
exactly. So now
Yeah.
I've got like
Hmm.
40 people coming to my house. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So we've been doing it. We did it all weekend. We did like the garage, the mechanical room, the basement. I mean, it's such a good feeling. I did this office. You wouldn't believe the amount of like old logo stuff I had to throw out, which is
Oh,
sad.
yeah.
It's sad because, but what's the point of keeping it? Like, we're not going back to that
You can't
logo.
use it. Yeah.
You can't use it, but it's like a bag
Right.
of t-shirts. I was like, how much did we spend on those t-shirts? You
You
know?
should have just sent them to me. I'll sleep in them.
Some were big, some were small. So I got rid of that. And then I even found like these pain in the pod. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh
Pain in the
boy.
pod mugs. Oh my God. You guys help. From 2018. Can you see these? Pain in the
You should have sent
pod.
all that shit to me. I'd use it.
I will send you. I've got like 10 of these.
Yeah,
I
someone
found.
like we've got a toddler in this house. We always need everyone
Oh.
wants a cup with a top on it. Yeah. And every time you
Okay.
say something about y'all's basement, it freaks me out. I think of a horror movie. We don't have basements here.
I
Like
know.
in our heads, when you say basement, we think of Saw, like the movie Saw, where there's like people being held captive in the basement. Like
No,
that just
no. It's a walkout basement. Like you come into our garage and walk into the basement. It's really just like a lower level. There are doors. You can get out of it. There are doors. There are full
to me
windows.
to me,
There are
there's no
9-foot
doors, there's
ceilings.
no windows,
No,
there's like a bed over there where a body's is gonna be, and you're gonna
no,
like be sawing it out,
no,
and you're gonna throw it in a river and getting rid of a body. Every time you say it, I'm
no.
like, oh my
I
god,
should just say our family room, the lower
that
level.
that that makes me feel a whole lot better about life and
Okay,
you in general. I'm like, she's a
okay.
secret serial killer on this side of that
No,
basement.
no,
Okay,
no, 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 no. It is. There's a
okay.
door to the outside. There's a window to the outside. There are huge windows. There's 9-foot ceilings. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay. My
Okay, don't
anxiety went down
worry.
a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
don't worry.
all right.
It's not like, yeah. I remember the first time I went to my aunt's house in, I've
Mm.
told you this, in Virginia, and their washer and dryer was like in the basement, like in a damp corner. And I was like, I think I'll just have dirty clothes. I think I'll
No,
wash my undies in the sink. Yeah.
nope, I've right. I've seen too many scary movies and shows that I'm like, why is that washer and dryer downstairs.
Always, always,
I can't.
always in the worst
Mm-mm.
spot. You're like scared, get your clean laundry, but there's like bugs jumping on you and
Uh,
demons coming out of the corner. And yeah, yeah,
And see, like here, we have a whole laundry room inside of the
yeah.
house. Yeah. So
Hmm.
that's what we're used to. Like going downstairs for the laundry. I would never do
Yeah.
laundry. My lazy ass would never go up and downstairs to do laundry. Like,
Our
no.
laundry is up here on the bedroom level, right? Which
Oh, okay.
when we were first looking for a new house when we moved, however many years ago, house to house before we built this house. When I first saw a house that had laundry on like the bedroom level and not like on the kitchen level,
Yeah.
I was like, well, these people are rich. Like, how could you possibly have a washer and dryer on the same level as your bedrooms instead of off the kitchen? Like, I had never
Right.
heard of such in my life. I was like, what kind of a wealth is this? I know people that have had like washer and dryers in their bedroom closet. Like, that's where it is. And then they have like a main one for the family. And then they have one in their bedroom closet. It's fancy.
You got me thinking. That's pretty
Mhm,
smart. Yeah, because
mhm.
I hate doing laundry.
You get
Like,
a little stackable in your closet, and then, like,
I
there's a
like it.
main one laundry room for everybody else.
Let me write this shit down.
It's like, "James, Project
Yeah, I got a
James."
new project for you. You could thank MP.
James posted that thing the other day, Keisha, with
What
some
do you
sort of
post?
possum on your back, fence, and I said,
I'm
"Keisha,
done.
it's time to
I'm
move.
done.
You
I'm
gotta
done.
move."
I am so fucking done. You don't understand. So I feed
Possum.
all the woodland creatures, but
Mhm.
specifically the squirrels and the birds, because we've got cardinals, blue jays, all of that. But at nighttime, the fucking freaks come out. Got possums
Yeah.
in the yard. We had a raccoon on the back porch. He was like, "Oh yeah, there was a mouse tonight." Look, vermin. I'm feeding vermin. I can't. I can't. He's like, "Keisha, you're gonna have to stop feeding the squirrels if you want the possums to go away."
That's true.
I don't.
Can you bring the squirrel feeder in at night so that they don't know about it?
Well,
They'll get the hint.
no. No, I can't. But I
Okay.
can't. Possums are horrible. They are so
Yeah.
ugly. Their tails are disgusting. And my dog had one in its mouth.
Stop.
I can't.
No.
No. And
No.
James thinks it's the greatest thing ever. That's his little hunting dog. I'm like, bullshit. He's a city boy. Bring him in the house.
Oh, you know what is
Yeah.
cute though? Do you ever see around where you
What?
guys are? Do you ever see chipmunks?
We don't.
They are the cutest. They're like this big, and they
Mm-mm.
skitter across the street, and you think like, "Excuse me, am I having a vision? What was that?" Because you're driving, but tick, 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 but they look just like the chipmunks from Disney,
Out.
Ch-
Yeah, I mean,
Chip
no,
and
we've
Dale.
not seen
But
any.
they're this big, and they're
Now
the
that's
cutest things.
cute.
That's
Now
cute.
that I will accept. Yes.
Yeah, that one's not
Possums.
gonna get on your fence and be like.
And that's what they do. Yes, there was
He
one
took
playing
that picture.
possum. Yeah, I'm like, stop. I'm like, I don't want to know. Like, one of the two things. We're gonna get rid of the feeder, or don't let me know when there's a possum out there. I don't want to
Yeah.
know. No. I'm disgusted. I feel
Mm,
unsafe. I'm gonna come
mm.
live in your basement.
There is a bedroom down there with a
It's
full
got my name
bathroom.
on it.
I'm trying to tell you, it's a safe place in our basement. It's a safe
And
place.
Anna and I will hang out during the day, and I'll just go downstairs at night and sleep. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Poss-
So are you watching Real Housewives Salt Lake City?
they are doing the damn thing on there.
You
Yes.
saw Trixie Motel.
Yes.
Yes. So
I
when I
have to
told
go.
I know Anna's dying to go. So,
Yeah.
you and my daughter are obsessed with Drag Race. And so,
Yeah.
I'm always like, I can watch Drag Race. It's fine. But I don't need to watch like the UK season 12. Like, I don't need to watch
No, I
all the
don't do
Drag
all that.
Races. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
She knows
I don't do all
everything
that.
about everything. So when the Trixie Motel came on, I knew of that because I know of Trixie, but because
Mhm.
Anna made the whole family as a family watch the Trixie Motel show that was on Netflix or whatever, where they built the hotel.
Didn't even know
Keisha,
there was a show.
it's so cute, and I think it's on Netflix, and it was like if there's 8 rooms, so there was like 8 episodes. So they did a
Mm,
room per episode. They had famous people come in. So Trixie would be like full drag greeting people, and then when
right.
Trixie and her husband would work, that he would be, whatever his real
Out
name
of
is,
drag.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of
Mhm.
drag.
Okay.
And it's a great show. It's a great show.
Well,
So
w
now I understand it better, and now they're there. And no, Miriam Cosby, you're not getting your 2003
Dawn
Dawn. Mm-mm,
Perignon.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Just when I thought I was gonna book a room, found that out. So now I can't stay. Did you see how big her eyes got when they were like, "No, we don't have that." Like,
S-
Mary, find out if your son is married or not for us. We are waiting to hear. We need to know.
Speaking of somebody who didn't care they were on camera with no makeup, She was just
Yeah,
hair
she didn't.
everywhere. That she was just like, yeah, she didn't
But
care.
you know what? I kind of like that because we're so
Yeah,
used to seeing them like freaking a makeup artist has come to do their
yeah,
makeup in the morning. Someone comes and gives them a blowout, and we see them in pure perfection all the time. It was kind of nice to see her like
yeah.
that. We know she's gonna slap on a wig in like a few minutes when she's done figuring out there's no Dom Perignon. She's gonna slap on that wig, her lashes, and all that, and you know, figure out when her husband's coming back home. It's been gone for
And
6 months.
hopefully not soon. Hopefully not soon.
I don't think she wants him home anytime soon.
Yeah, can you imagine that somebody says, "Oh, your kid got married," and you're like, "Huh, maybe if I pass him in the hall, I'll ask him." I don't know.
I haven't
What?
had time. I haven't. It's so merry. It's
Yeah.
so merry. I haven't had time to ask him. Like, that's interesting. Hmm.
Andy did
Huh.
say on his radio show, somebody called in and was like, "Oh, I'm so glad Mary's back," or whatever, and it's so
Mm.
funny that she wouldn't participate in the snowball fight, and he said, "Yeah, she doesn't participate in much. She just sort of refuses to participate." Kind of the
And
whole
that's
season.
that's kind of on brand with Mary. That's what we
Mm.
expect. She doesn't do the fun shit. She's just
Mm-mm.
there to throw out insults and kooky shit, and then she's like, "I'm done for the day. I'm done recording."
I know.
What
Yeah,
she
I mean, I think he was sorta like, "Yeah, it's not great." Like, he's probably like, "Maybe I'll give her another chance," but if she's literally never gonna participate in anything, then why is she here?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think Mary knows how to have fun.
That's a great point.
No, I don't think
That's
she
a
knows
great
what
point.
fun is. Yeah, she can't help it. She just doesn't know about fun. Period.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger picture here, you're right. I just had an aha
Yeah,
moment right here with you, Keisha. That
yeah.
was yeah, you're right.
Mary
All
needs a
right,
little bit of
well,
therapy.
a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
She needs a little, conversion away from her cult therapy, the cult that she's the leader of. But we have to
Yes.
talk about this show because it's the reason we're doing the video, guys, is because it's Love After Lockup season premiere, season 5, episode 1. So thank God we got back to regular episode numbers. We don't have to say
Yes.
episode 410S or whatever they were giving us. Yeah. So this episode is called Born That Way. Now, a couple things before we get started, we discussed. We are going to
Okay.
discuss Asante Lecitrus as if he's still alive. We are recapping
Yes.
what we are given.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
not going to be like, well, we shouldn't talk bad about him because he died. We are
Yeah.
recapping the show as it's given to us. Okay. That's number
Because I
one.
was nervous. I was like, Mary Payne, wait a minute. I need instructions. Like, I got questions to ask you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is obviously it's tricky and
Yeah.
I mean, who are we in this world to make any judgments on this guy? He died. It wasn't a good sitch. I assume
Hmm.
it's going to play out as we go. Keisha has thoughts on Renika's funeral, all white attire, posing by a hearse.
I
What?
can't. I, I,
I
I,
can't.
I can't. I can't. I'll dog her
And
out when we get to her.
yeah, and if they're not even going to be together, it seems like they're not going to be together very long on the
I don't
season.
think so either. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so she's just doing the most to stay on television. We assume.
Which
Yeah.
I can respect that because if I were on
Mm.
television, I'd do the most to stay on too. So, yeah.
All right, y'all. I don't know where you live, but summer is almost over and I'm heading into fall. I'm thinking about fall. I'm thinking about trips and things I have coming up in the fall. And I want to look great and I want to look like fashiony, but I don't have that bougie budget. You know what I mean? Quince is my spot for quiet luxury without those luxury prices. Quince offers a range of must have items like 100% European linen and luxurious mulberry silk shirts, and of course, the Italian leather, the 14 karat gold jewelry. And I've already told you about the cashmere. Like I've told you about the cashmere. All of their prices are 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And like I told you, at the bottom of each item, they have that little chart that'll tell you, like, hey, have you seen this dress at so and so? Yeah, you have. And here's the exact same dress for 50 to 80% less. I'm telling you guys, I have bought several cashmere sweaters. Am I proud of buying more than one cashmere sweater? I mean, yes, I am because I got a great deal on them. I bought a adorable cashmere sweater for my son with some really nice pants that he just wore this weekend when we went to a concert together. You guys, the whole family is on Quince. Yes, they are sponsoring us and they gave us some stuff. But since then, I have reordered 4 times. 4 times on my own using the code Pink Shade, of course. So you guys are wondering how they do it. Quince partners directly with top factories to cut out the cost of the middleman, and they pass the savings on to you. And they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium eco-friendly fabrics and finishes. So I feel good about getting these super high quality items that last longer. What you're going to do to upgrade your closet this fall with Quince right now, go to quince.com/pinkshade. You're going to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. Guys, did you hear me? 365-day returns on your next order. That's quince.com/pinkshade for free shipping and a 365-day return. Quince.com/pinkshade. All right, we had a little technical difficulty, but we're back. I think that's a sign that we need to not talk about the dead, which is Asante.
We're just gonna
We need
say
to
RIP every time we bring him up. We end every sentence with RIP. Okay.
RIP.
Yes.
So, this episode, they start off with the obvious, which is this season was filmed before the untimely death of Asante Golston, as if it could have been filmed after because he's dead. Like,
All I'm gonna say is, I stay on the Reddit, right? And there was people
I
who were
know.
really confused about it, so they had to put that on there. I'm like,
Yeah,
there's some people who are truly touched, just touched a little bit extra.
but
I know.
it was filmed before he died and
Yeah.
he appears. So, obviously, it's before he died because he's dead.
Well, some people were thinking that it
Anyway,
was filming right now, and I'm like, no, they're done. I'm like, they're done. Like the season premieres next week. What are you talking? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So, anyway, again, RIP. We're very sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So, but let's get started with Brittany and Key Rock. Okay, so this was, by all accounts, the internets went wild. Everybody went crazy because this turned out to be a sweet story, and we
Yes.
hope it stays that way. So,
Yes. It won't.
did you did you find out that Key Rock was back
I
in jail?
no, I think Key Rock is out because I've been stalking her
Okay.
page, and it's weird because she'll show a picture of just their hands. Like there's no picture of them together. I don't know what's
Huh.
going on with that. I don't know.
Well, maybe she was doing that because until the show aired, they couldn't put anything out.
I have no
Maybe
idea.
they're actually following the
And
rules.
they
Yeah.
still got that hashtag free Lil Rock or something. But
Key
then I
Rock.
started to think maybe that's like his upcoming album title or some shit like that.
Okay, we're gonna get to the rapping.
I know
All
you're
right.
gonna rap it,
So,
right?
nope, nope. I didn't even write that.
Oh,
I didn't. I know you enjoy my rapping, but I didn't even write it down.
I'm logging.
Shoot.
I cannot believe I was
That's
looking forward to this because you were gonna rap and then I was gonna do like imitate Britney, how she reacted to the rap. Oh, baby, it's so good, baby. I love it. I love
baby.
it. Oh, Mary.
Oh, oh God. I'm sorry. It's a missed opportunity. So, Brittany's on the phone with her friend Shayla, and she's saying she hasn't seen Key Rock in person in a year,
Mm-hmm.
other than video calls. And so she calls Key Rock. It's like, oh, my anxiety is so high. And he says he's so excited too. And then she gives us, for people who haven't seen last season, she reminds us how they met in prison,
Right.
how he's transitioning. Now, Key Rock has been in prison for 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been transitioning for 18 months. Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people I saw in some, one of those crazy Facebook groups where people are like horrible and mean,
Yes.
we're like, did the state pay for that? Because if you only started transitioning 18 months ago, they do, obviously the state would have to, my state, Virginia, they obviously do have to pay for it if you're already transitioning when you go in. It's medical care you're already receiving. But I'm wondering how Key Rock got around starting to transition while still in prison, having the state pay for it if he wasn't already transitioning. I'm very interested in that aspect of it.
May have
How
been
did he
like
get
he
approved for
had
that?
like therapy sessions or something like that, and they figured, this is what's best for him.
Uh-huh, could be.
Because I'm
Could be.
thinking Key Rock was living a life of crime, so there's no way he had health insurance to be able to get the
Right.
testosterone. Or maybe that's why he was
Right.
living a life of crime so he could pay for it. I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So this will be the first time his family has seen him in person as a man. So I'm like, do the family not do video calls with him at all? Or do they mean like physically in person? And Brittany's seen him physically in person as a
Right.
man because she met him and he was presenting as a man. So it's interesting. So she says, I felt very happy and safe with Key Rock, and he's short, but he's not, but I'm shorter than him. So it works out. So she checks into a like kind of looks like a nice hotel for 2
Mm-hmm.
nights. So I guess that night, and then she'll go get
And
him, and then the next night. So
right.
she calls her dad. She's getting the room already, and she tells her dad she's getting things ready for Key Rock because he gets out tomorrow. And Dad says, how long was he in? And she says, 7 years. And Dad says, I hope he does well on the outside, because if you go back to your old ways, you either go back to prison or you die on the street.
I mean,
Uplifting conversation from Dad.
yeah, scared straight from the books of Scared Straight, right there. Here are your choices.
Here are your choices. And again, we're looking at you, Asante. R.I.P.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
true, right?
It is
It's true.
true.
This is what we see. We
Yeah,
do see this time and time again
yeah, but
on this show,
yeah.
So she says, I'm going to go pick him up and I'm going to take him home to say hello to everybody, but then we're going to stay the night at a hotel in Richmond.
Mm.
And then she tells us her parents do know that Key Rock is trans, but they're super conservative, super religious. And it's like, you're tatted up, you're in jail, you're gay,
Yeah,
you didn't go to college. Like, what else can I do wrong?
we're
You
so
know?
proud of you. So proud.
But it sounds like her dad sounded sweet on the phone, like he didn't sound like a jerk.
I
No,
almost think it's more of the mom.
could be.
Yeah, because he
Could be.
sounded cool. You could tell there was some hesitation in his voice because he's kind of like, well, Kirok's mom's going to pick him up, right? Right? Not
Uh-huh.
you,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, it's all new. It's very, very new. It's generational as well. It's
Mhm.
all new, you know? So,
Yeah, I think they'll have to get to meet Key Rock and
right.
understand, and then we saw that with, Gabriel and Isabel in Colombia, once they,
Yeah,
because they already knew Gabriel, and so once he told them, it was like, "We don't," it takes a minute, but we don't think of you any
right.
differently. Yeah. So,
Phew!
anyway.
Excuse me.
Oh, bless
Ah,
you.
thank you.
Um So then she says she really wants her dad's blessing and they're gonna have to work on that. All right, hotel the next day. She's getting ready and she's running late and she's like, oh my God, I wonder if he hasn't seen me in a while. And I was like super skinny before and I was in prison. I wonder if he'll love me the same or think I'm beautiful. And
Right.
she's getting ready. And so she gets a call from Key Rock's mom, Tammy.
Mm.
So Tammy is funny. She's like, don't worry, I'm gonna try not to look sexy and upstage you, girl. And she's really funny. And immediately, like, we like her.
Yes.
Brittany says, I love Tammy. She's been like a second mom to me. And then she says, when my own mom visited me in prison, she just cried and cried about me having a tattoo, and she cried about me being with a trans man. Now, here's the question:
Hmm.
her tattoo says
I'm
Anita.
thinking that's the mom's name.
I think that's the mom's name. And
Yeah.
mom's like, I didn't want that. I didn't want that.
She's got to be ultra conservative, and I'm assuming Catholic
Hmm.
because if even the tattoo bothered her, that
Yeah,
that's kind of a lot right there. And I didn't realize that Brittany was living with Key Rock's mom. I thought it was just the brothers,
I, I know.
but
We didn't
it's
know
the whole
that.
family. Yeah.
Do you know my daughter is into tattoos and has a bunch, and one of her first tattoos she got when she turned 18 was her brother's initials right here on her
Oh.
arm, and he's like, "This is not a tribute that I wanted. I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't like tattoos, and I don't like that one." And she's like, "Well, great.
I was trying to show you how
It's
much
already
I
there."
love you, and you don't like
Yeah.
it. Oh.
No. She doesn't have any tattoos for mom and dad, but that's all right.
Oh.
Don't go get one if you're listening. Don't go get one. We don't want you to do that.
Do it,
So,
Anna.
all right, so Brittany says, excuse me, she worries about Key Rock having PTSD because he's been in prison for 7 years. And
That's
I'm
yeah.
glad that she's saying that because sometimes they don't think about that,
A
right?
a lot has changed in 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Uh-huh.
lot. The phones and everything. He probably came out there with a sidekick flip phone.
Probably so.
Now
He
he's got
probably doesn't even know how
yeah,
to use an iPhone. Hell, I don't even
unless
know how
he's
to
got
use
one in
everything
there.
on the iPhone. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I
there's
don't
literally
either.
so many things that I don't know how to use on my phone. So good luck, Key Rock.
I love when you see these like TikTok videos just tell you how to like take the best picture, and it's like scroll here, go to the left, click it to 28 degrees, and
No.
then go here, and then go to this filter, and then you're gonna put your contrast to 6, and then put your brightness to L, and then you're gonna put it
Mm-mm.
812 degrees, and you got a perfect picture. I was like,
No.
no,
I'm like, this is what you're going to get. It may have a little bit of a filter
this is
on
it.
it, but I'm not doing all that extra
Mhm.
shit. Like, what? They.
I might go portrait mode if I get crazy.
Right.
Mhm.
Girls gone wild.
Woo. So, all right. So she's waiting outside on the road for Key Rock, and she's like, I sent him clothes last month for him to wear home, so I know he's going to be in a red shirt. So I keep looking for the red shirt, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to be here to pick him up. Like, is it a parole violation for me? I don't even know. I was like, you might want to have figured that out before you went there,
And then
especially because you're living with him.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, if you can't go, okay, so is it that you can't go on prison grounds or you cannot live with a felon?
A felon, two felons can't be together,
I mean, we've seen it done
right?
before with, Puppy
Yeah,
and I forget the other, Amber. So it can
Amber.
be done. And it could obviously be done on television and you don't get in trouble for it. So I think they're okay.
Don't forget about Lindsay.
Lindsay and Blaine. You're right. You're
Lindsay and Blaine.
right. Lindsay. Yeah.
I can't be living with a felon. All right, so he gets out of prison. He's in red shirt, these gold sunglasses, and he has his shit in a box instead of a plastic bag. So he got an
He had a lot
upgrade.
of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sugar mama stuff.
that's right.
Yeah, from all those
So
sugar
what's he gonna do
mamas.
now?
He gonna still have sugar mamas.
I bet so.
Yeah.
I bet so. So he tells us, we meet him in his first little talking head, and he says his upbringing was rough. His dad was not supportive. And when he told his dad who he really was, his dad kicked him out. Before his transition, he wanted to die and he didn't care.
Mhm.
So he did a lot of reckless things. He was just a stick up kid. He would just stick people up and take their money. But on December 25th, around Christmas, no, that is Christmas. That's not around Christmas. That is Christmas. Not, it wasn't December 23rd or the 27th.
Bless his heart.
It was
Bless
the
his heart.
25th.
Maybe he doesn't celebrate Christmas. I don't know. He was confused on the dates or something like that.
Maybe that's right.
I'm
That's
trying,
right.
Key
So
Rock. I'm
he was,
trying.
I know. It was around Christmas on December 25th. He was charged with 2 counts of armed robbery and a gun charge, and he was in for 7 years. But now he's changed, and he's super appreciative to be out. He's going to appreciate his freedom, and he's not going to go back to that. And, okay. And
I
I said,
gotta
now
say
I hear
again, this is a good transition.
yeah.
Like, you would
Mean,
never
mean,
ever know.
no,
Like,
never know.
he's even got like the sausage neck in the back, like how dudes have.
I thought that too. I thought that too about the sausage neck. I thought,
He's even got the
yeah,
damn sausage neck. Like, this is how you do it. Like, no one would have
yeah,
no question about it. Period. Point blank. This is how you
yeah.
do it.
So then she asked for something that I don't think any of us needed, which was Key Rock's rapping. Now, do you have thoughts on his rap?
He has 7 years in prison
To work on that
to
song?
work on this rap, and that is the bullshit that he came out with. Key Rock, you were not devoted to this rap career of yours in prison because it was just,
No.
there was no beat, that it was offbeat. I mean, I think the message was supposed to be good because he mentioned being transgendered and being discriminated against.
Yeah.
But what the
Mhm.
fuck was that?
He had some moves, though. He did a point. He did a
The
squat.
squat. You gotta have
Did a squat. Did a point. Yeah.
Like, Key Rock, you may need to go back another year and get this together. And then he got Britney, baby, I love it. I love it. It's so good. I'm like, this bitch is
Yeah.
lying. Like, it was it was one of the worst raps that we've heard.
And we've heard
We have heard a lot, but this was at the bottom of the barrel right here.
Between this and Andy singing, what do you think?
I may have to go with Andy's song. Yeah, and I hate myself for saying that, but I may have to just go with Andy. Only on this situation, that's it. But Key Rock, you ain't gonna be in the record studios anytime soon. No.
I wonder if it is like just a side thing that he does for fun, or if this is what he really wants to do for his job. We'll find out, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Mary Pay, you already know the answer. Every time someone comes out and they're rapping, they want it to be their career.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
This is
That's
what
why
he
he's on
wants
the
to
show. You're
do.
right.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. So they get in the car and she's like, we're in a Benz outside the walls. It feels like a dream, baby.
Did you see him looking
Again.
at the key like he couldn't figure out? It was one of the fobs where you have to press the button and the key part.
Uh-huh.
She was having to explain all that to him because he didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wanted to drive. And she's like, no, pretty sure you don't have a license. No.
And if she would have let him, he would have totally driven that car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says he's nervous to see his family. He hasn't seen him in person in a while. And they drive up and they see his mom, Tammy. And so
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, how nice. Mom Tammy has a nice house. They got this
Mhm.
banner. Come to realize they're all living there together like the Brady Bunch. One big happy family.
And I
I
gotta
didn't
be
realize
honest
that.
with you. I'm glad Key Rock was the one to ask, and I'm glad he did ask because I was wondering what was with the scarf. Like, why does she have on this
Yeah.
scarf? But then Key Rock asked it, and then we found out. So yeah,
Yeah. And I'm glad Key Rock asked. I wonder if the production already knew and they're like, somebody needs to ask her.
maybe.
So
So we'll
so
know.
So we'll know. So she hugs him and she cries, and of course, dumb number one comes out. TJ, we don't see dumber number two. We don't see dumber. So in talking head, Mom Tammy says, my son is free,
Mhm.
physically and mentally, and
Mhm.
I am overwhelmed. He is a man. I don't see a trans man. He is a man. He was born this way. And just even saying it just gives me chills because you just never know which way. Because we see how it went with
Yeah.
his dad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Mom is just like, I'm so grateful, for my son.
And whenever she speaks about Key Rock, she speaks like in a Maya Angelou voice, where she's like, "My
Yes.
son is free, physically and mentally. I shall rise."
Why does the cage bird sing?
Yes.
Um, so so then now we realize that Tammy lives there too, and Brittany is showing Key Rock the house and is
Mhm.
like, here's the bedroom, where all the magic's gonna happen.
Right.
And Brittany says, living with mom, with Tammy and Key Rock under the same roof is gonna be beautiful. Now I don't know about those other two dum dums, but they're a package deal.
They are really they're cute because they get excited about things very easily, but they
Mhm.
look like they share a brain. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And mom's like, Key Rock's my best hope here. I
Yeah,
gotta
no, the one who just got out of prison. That's my hope. This is my shining glory right here of a son, right here. Yeah.
Oh. Oh my God. So, all right. So then mom tells Key Rock, he asks about her, why she's covering her face. Now she says she has had chemo
Mhm.
and it left some scars,
Mhm.
but she's had this kind of breast cancer.
Uh-huh.
Now, this I didn't understand, and someone could explain it to us. I didn't understand. She was upset about the way her skin looked, and I don't know if the chemotherapy made her face break out and it
Mhm.
was trying to heal
Mhm.
or what, but she didn't like the way her face looked, so that's why
Right.
she's covering it
Uh-huh.
for the cameras. Then he says he's so sorry that he's been gone. She's been going through this. And she says, I love you no matter what.
Right.
If I died tomorrow, I'm proud to be your mother. Kirak tells us every woman in his family has had this same type of breast cancer,
Mhm.
and his mom is the only one to beat it.
That's how it is in our family too, on my mom's side. Even
It's
my
heavy.
uncle had it and died of it. So
Yeah.
I get it. And I also get with Tammy covering up her face because I've done chemo and I was very badly diabetic and everything got dark. My skin looked like alligator skin. So I get it.
Okay.
But to me, she should have more so have covered up that wig she had on. Never mind the face. Girl, we could do the face to face look all right. But that wig is a totally different situation. What indie Crayola box was that on her head?
Wig court in session. Bum bum.
We need a full jury
Uh,
right here, prosecutor. Go ahead. Defense, do you have
so
any
you did
witnesses?
you didn't like the blue and you didn't like the stripe in the front. You didn't like the placement. What was it about the wig that
It
upset you
was
besides
everything. It was synthetic. It had multiple
okay.
colors in it.
Mhm.
She's too old for all of that. It wasn't combed. There was no oil
Mhm.
in it. I think the
Mhm.
scarf should have been used to cover up the wig. Tammy, your face was cute, but that wig was not
Yeah.
wigging at all. It was going back. I it made Renika look okay, and that is pretty bad.
Yes. Sometimes here on Pink Shade, we have to have wig court when Keisha's on, and she can really tell you everything that is wrong with somebody's wig.
It was
And I
bad.
appreciate that. Now, it was a little, I thought she looked a little ratty, but I was giving her a break because she got a nice scarf and she was trying to, listen, she's been through chemo. She's been through breast cancer. She can only do so much. And she found that wig in the drawer and said, this'll do.
No,
This'll do.
not for camera time. I would have sent one of those Tweedledee or
Okay.
Tweedledum to the wig
Hmm.
store and sent the picture of myself and tell them I need a wig. I don't know what that was. I get it though. I do,
Yeah.
but I don't get it at the same time. But she thought that was cute. She liked that. She
Well, she
chose
thought,
those
she,
colors. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is a thing with the young people, and
Mm.
I say this, as my son and daughter 20 and 18, and you've seen this probably as well, that their hair will be dark and then they do like a white skunk stripe in the front. And I
Skylar's
don't
got
know
pink
why they
ones
do
right
that.
now.
And it's just right here in the front.
What
And I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it.
she went through that phase with her braids and she did like it was white. I'm like, what? Right now
Yeah.
she's got them in
Yeah,
the back
white.
and they're hot pink. And I'm like, I just said,
Mhm.
you're young. You can get away with
Yeah.
that. I cannot, I can't do that. And you know what makes the situation with the wig even worse? That Brittany's in
What?
cosmetology school and didn't hook her up.
You're so right. I forgot about that.
She's in a cosmetology school. Why couldn't she get Squee or whoever is the owner, what is her name, Quesadilla, to hook
It was
her up?
Consuela, Miss Cece's beauty school. Miss Cece would have hooked her up.
She would have
She
hooked
was
her all
sweet.
the way up. Yes, I blame Brittany.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, uh-oh. All
Yeah.
right. Well, all right. Off of that topic. Anyway, back to breast cancer. Isn't that enlightening? No, we're not
She is
going
a
back to breast
survivor.
cancer.
We're rooting for you, Tammy. That's for damn sure.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Because especially with hearing all that bad stuff. So mom
Yeah.
says, I do love Brittany for Key Rock. I like them together. I do. I think that they're good together. My only thing that bothers me is that whining.
Yeah.
Baby! Baby! She does it perfectly.
And you know what? When she said that, I'm like, Brittany does whine a lot. Like, can you imagine what we've seen? And can you imagine living with her? She's a
Yes,
professional whiner. Yes, she is.
I think you're right. Oh, God. Baby!
Baby.
So we can move on to this new couple, which is Sheree
Mm-hmm.
and Anthony.
She by Sheree.
Okay. She by Sheree, but
Yes.
not. Now, I think so far I like Sheree. I think she's cute. Do you have thoughts on Sheree? New Sheree?
You really want to go there?
Well, keep it to pink shade level. Don't take it to Libra Lounge level.
I won't. But
Okay.
so we know Sheree's smart. Okay. She's HR
Yeah.
manager.
Mm-hmm.
She has a nice, what was it, an Audi or a Volkswagen that she was
Yeah.
driving.
Something. Yeah. Yeah.
But Mary Payne, there's a lot of things, I've had a lot of wedgies in my life, but I have never had a pleather wedgie. Ever in my life. I cannot even
I
imagine
didn't
how
know
that
where you were
feels.
going.
I'm not
I didn't
done.
know you were going with a wedgie.
We TV was wrong for that. No one needed to see that. And I will say there's two Sherees. There's
Okay.
confessional Sheree, who looks cute,
Mm-hmm.
hair looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's that ponytail Sheree with the broke off edges and the baby hairs.
The baby hairs were like this long, and they went back to ear level. And there were people in the Facebook group, and I was like, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Keisha. I don't know what's happening there. It
So
just looked real pulled, so tight.
that's why her edges are fucked up because it's been pulled back. Maybe she's had braids. Like, I'm getting my braids taken out this week because they're pulling at my hair. My hair is going to start falling out.
Okay.
But why? When your hair looks so good and you're confessional. Like, it was like string almost. It's like she attached string to make baby hairs. And
Yeah.
she's worn that ponytail too long, too tightly. There's a lot
Too
going
tight.
on with
Yeah.
Sheree.
Yeah.
And the verdict's still out on Sheree.
All right. Well, I found her to be delightful.
In her
I
confessionals,
found
she was very cute.
Yeah, I liked her when she was talking to mom too. I just found she was sassy, and I liked it.
Okay.
Now, listen, next week I'm going to hate her. So, I mean, let's enjoy the moment
Yeah.
of us liking somebody on the
Because
show.
it's always brief. We like them and then they fuck it all up the next episode. It's like, oh, God damn, I thought I
know.
had one I liked, but yeah.
I know. We like Key Rock and we like his mom, so we hope they don't disappoint us.
I hope they don't. But Key Rock is going to disappoint us. I can already tell you that.
Yeah, Key Rock seems a little controlling.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So she says she's driving in her car and she's like, yeah, a few months ago I was living my best life in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
but now that Anthony's getting out, I decided to move back to New York. When I was younger, I was always attracted to the bad boys. No license, check, that's my guy. And I dated Anthony when I was 14. Now let's just take a moment.
Mm-hmm.
When she is currently a 34-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
She dated this guy when she was 14. She
Mm-hmm.
was in middle school. She was in
Mm-hmm.
7th grade
Mm-hmm.
for a
Mm-hmm.
year, but he cheated on her.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about, can you think back to your 14-year-old boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
and be
Mm-hmm.
like, I always loved him?
No,
14.
no, I can't. Well,
Crazy.
especially when I get on Facebook and I see how they look now, I'm like, ooh, you did not age well. No,
Yeah,
no,
yes.
not at
Like,
all. No. But,
yeah, 14.
kind of the same with
Um,
Melissa.
oh God. Well, that's just like he's the cool guy, and I'm gonna pull the cool guy.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not so cool when he has no teeth. He's been in prison for 10 years.
Toothless
Not that
Jim.
cool.
Yeah.
So she says, he in his talking head, he says, yeah, I thought about Sheree over the years, but it took time when we got back together for her to trust me. But I've asked her to marry me. So I was like, we're missing 20 years of this story. We're missing 20 years of this story.
Is she still not trusting you from when she was 14 and you cheated on her? Is that where the trust
Yeah.
issues are stemming from?
I guess so.
There's got to be more to it.
Well, yeah, obviously they do this. They got, like we didn't know Tammy was living with Key Rock. They
Right.
drop these little things in.
Mm-hmm.
So then in a few weeks we're like, well, why didn't they tell us that from the beginning? It
Yeah.
would have made more sense.
Well, you know how WeTV is with their editing.
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. So she says she's put her life on hold
Mm-hmm.
to move there to be with him. So now we see her arrive home. I do think she has an Audi,
Mm-hmm.
and we see Anthony's mom, Sharice, is there in that apartment cooking. She's like, "What are you doing here cooking?" She's like, "What does it look like I'm doing?" She's like, "Anthony's mom has a key to our condo because he's a mama's boy."
Ain't no
And they
way.
joke.
Ain't no way.
They seem cute. They seem fun. They seem like a good little Laverne and Shirley duo there. It's gonna be fine until he gets out, and then it won't be so
There's
fun.
no reason for that woman to have a key.
No,
If they're that
no,
close, he
I
needs to
agree.
go and live with her. There's no way
Yeah,
she's getting good. But then again, we need to go back to wig court because it's
yeah.
got another bad
Okay.
wig. It was
Did mom have on a bag
it,
wig? It just looked
it
messy.
was placed bad. It was
Oh,
placed too
okay.
far back. And Mary Payne, if you're going to take the time out to kind of spruce up your wig, you got lashes on, why would you not wax that damn mustache off? Fuck.
I knew you were gonna say it. I
I,
knew you were gonna say it.
I was in such shock that I second guessed my own vision because I'm like, I know this woman is not on this TV with that damn mustache. It was thick and dark.
I saw it too, and I thought, well, maybe it's a shadow. Because maybe it's just a bad lighting in that kitchen in that apartment. That's what I
For that
thought.
to have
But
been a
it was
shadow, that would have to be Godzilla's shadow, okay? That thing was horrible. God, I was
it
like,
was big.
why? Why?
It was yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It, I,
It was a lot.
I had to go back and
All
watch
right.
their scene a couple of times because I couldn't take my focus off of the mustache.
Well, that was the first thing I saw too, and I was like, well, all right. Okay. All right. There's cures for these things. It's just real easy.
A razor.
So
Like,
just what get a tinkle razor from CVS. Go
but obviously she
takes 2
likes it.
seconds.
She has no problem
Well,
with it.
I think she doesn't mind it. She didn't mind. I'm sure, imagine after this first episode, she's probably gonna get some feedback she doesn't like.
You
Yeah,
think? Well, starting here on Pink
yeah,
Shade.
I know. So in her talking head, Cherie says, Sheree wants to be the boss of everything.
Mhm.
She's demanding, but you can't demand my old ass to do nothing. And I can't see him putting up with that. And then she says, I do worry a lot about what will happen when Anthony gets out because the streets aren't the same from when I was younger,
Right.
girl.
Yeah.
People you think your friend are not your friend.
Yep.
And it's I've been doing the time with my kid. If your kid
Mhm.
is doing time, you're doing it time. You're doing the time.
Mhm.
Who's this Sheree coming into the picture? Now, are we going to gloss over the fact that she says the streets are different from when I was running around, girl? So she
No,
was running the streets too,
she looks
but
like
now
it.
it's different.
She looked like she ran the streets. Okay, but I do like Cherie so
Yeah,
far. I
I
like
liked her
her.
too
Yeah,
because she was a little sassy,
she
but
was.
she wasn't bitchy, but she was sort of like, okay, you and I are going to have words, but she
Yeah,
wasn't like I'm the mom,
she wasn't
you
like
know.
Andy's mom. Not Andy. Who's the toothless boy? What's his name? Starts with an A. Melissa's guy.
Louis,
How could I forget Louis?
Louis,
Louis. His
Louis,
mom does too much. She's a problem.
Louis,
Yeah.
and she's also acting, and she's annoying.
She's very annoying.
So Sharice tells Sheree, now when he gets out, he needs to be doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And most black men come out and they go right back to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs somebody to stay on his ass, but be in his corner at the same time.
Right.
And Sheree's like, I'm that girl, because I'm going to make sure he's always on curfew. I'm going to make sure he goes back to school. I'm going to keep track of him on my phone. And maybe you could please just not bust in all the time because you have a key. Okay?
She needs to change
No.
those locks immediately.
I think this is interesting because it's sort of like she's bossy. She's going to make sure he has a curfew, make sure he goes back to school, make sure he does this, that, and the other. Well, that gets not cute real
Well,
fast, I
especially
think.
when you're on parole already and you're having to, report to your parole officer and then go home and you got another parole officer.
Two of them because mom's moving in. I mean,
I
she's like, I've already got a
think
key.
so too. I have a
Yeah.
feeling there's going to be a scene where they're trying to get it on and Sharice just pops in and like, what y'all doing? Huh? I shaved my mustache.
I left a CVS bag here full of tinkle razors.
Right?
Somebody told me that would help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her talking as she says, Anthony is my soulmate. We've been together 3.5 years, and we have a secret that we haven't told anyone. Then she tells us, he asked me when I pick him up if I can have $500 in ones so I can dance for him. But it's his own money, but he wants to make it rain on me. Huh? All right. So no, he's taking that. He's going to go pick up a Sante and go out to the club.
Right.
So
And
now she's
listen
on
to
the
Key
phone with
Rock
her
rap.
friend. And Andy's going to chase him in his cop car.
Right.
We got it all.
Yes.
So she calls her friend Sunny and she says, yeah, I'm going to go pick him up. And then we're going to go to a hotel the first night, because God knows, his mom probably bust in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have this welcome home party for Anthony. And then they have this whole thing of, did she invite Rich? Did she not invite Rich? And we come to find out Rich is her son's father. Of course, now we just now find out she has a son.
Yes.
How old is he? We don't know.
And where does he live? Like, was he living in Florida with you? Has he been living with the dad? What? Come on now.
Was that picture that they showed, was he in like a cap and gown? So maybe he graduated high school?
I don't remember that. I thought he looked like a little boy.
Yeah, maybe I was looking at the wrong picture.
And maybe I thought that was a picture of the dad with the little boy.
Maybe that was the dad with the little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. That's what happens when you don't watch it more than once. I only watched this once.
Ooh,
so
you're good.
I know.
I watched it 3 times.
I only watched it the once. I only got time. I got so much to do this week. So she says, yeah, I invited Rich to the party, but I didn't tell Anthony. Rich is my son's father, and I invited him just to be petty because, every time I talk to him, he's like, well, if your man was home, so I'm going to invite him to the welcome home from jail party. We're going to really show out. It's like,
that is not
flex?
even a good, yes, that is most definitely not a flex. Like, you're trying to get him sent back to prison for fighting. No,
yeah, right.
That is not a good idea. It's not even a good idea for your son to be at his welcome home party.
Right. Because we don't know. Is he 11? Is he 15? We don't know. She's 34, so.
So maybe 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that, her son.
Yeah. So where is he? Again.
I don't know.
Where is he?
What state?
So she tells Sunny, yeah, the whole family, everybody in my family, they all think we're legally married. Okay. Sheree says we were supposed to get married April 4th, 2021. That was our wedding date. But he didn't tell me that his divorce wasn't final. So I get, I imagine she showed up in one of these dumb white wedding dresses to the jail and was like, "Oh yeah, today we can't get married April 4th because my divorce isn't finalized." Oops.
Yeah, I felt so bad for her. She's like, imagine you're supposed to get, which I know how that feels because producer James and I were supposed to get married on a Friday. On a Tuesday, he left. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Right. Where did he go? Like Morocco or somewhere?
No, he no. This was the first time we were supposed to get married. He broke up with me like a few days before and disappeared for a week. That's why I don't like his big-headed ass. That's why I always talk shit about him. Yes, he did.
All right. I didn't know that, James. Now I'm mad at you.
I like when he goes down in points because he tries to act like he's so perfect. Then I was like, well, remember this? I have a remember this button. Remember this? Remember that? Remember when we did this? Huh? Yeah.
Oh, but you did get married right before he was going somewhere. Malaysia.
Yes, Malaysia. Yes. Well,
Malaysia?
we
Yeah.
did get married in that afternoon. I dropped him off, and he's gone to work for 2 weeks in Malaysia. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have swore he was
What
going
a
off to
story.
war. The way that boy was acting,
Mhm.
it was pathetic.
Wow.
Yes, it was. I'm like, it's
Well,
cool, dude. It's cool.
so he had filed for the divorce, but it didn't go through, and he didn't follow up on the paperwork or whatever. She
No,
said she was in a vulnerable space at the time, so she made a fake marriage certificate. She shows us how you can do it on the computer.
if
And,
that wasn't
Anthony
desperation and delusion to really.
she had told everybody.
But here's the thing: who are you showing this fake marriage certificate, this fake
Right. Yeah,
marriage
just like,
license to?
"I have the paper.
Yeah,
I
like
have the
why do you? Are
paper."
you going to put
Yeah.
it on the wall? Like what?
Right. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't frame it.
you don't
You don't
frame
carry
it.
it around in like your
I
driver's
don't even
license.
know where
Nobody's
ours
asking to see
is.
it.
Like probably in a file cabinet
Mm-mm.
somewhere. Bless her
Yeah,
heart.
same, same. So, she said, Anthony was mad about me faking that marriage certificate and everything, but he understood it was his fault. And,
Mhm.
I know that when all this comes out, meaning when people see it on television, it's going to look even worse. Like, why would I even lie? Like, it's going to look worse. And then
Yeah.
she says,
Yeah.
imagine, imagine you thought you were getting married to someone. And like 2 days before you find out he's still legally married.
Yeah.
And then she goes, but he's divorced now. I have the decree and we're going to get married. I was like, how do we know that decree's not fake?
Oh, that's true. We've seen a lot of
I
fake
mean,
divorces on the loves and the lives during and after lockup. Yes, we have.
yeah, 90
Uh-huh.
day, all of it.
Yes, we.
Anything with Matt Sharp involved is going to be a fake something, something with a marriage or
It's like
divorce.
when you sign up to be on a show, that's one of he has a box for you to check that. Do you have a fake divorce? Do you have a fake marriage? Please check this box. It's like a
Do
requirement.
you have a child that we can mention in
Yes.
episode 12?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're catching on to you, Matt Sharp. We're catching on.
It's 10 years later, we're still getting it. So let's go to your favorite. It's your buddy Andy and Brittany. So
Mm,
um, Barry and Andy are setting up the bed.
mhm.
It's not weird at all to do with your 17-year-old
Well, he
son.
had a
Not
17-year-old
weird
son
at
doing
all.
it. He wasn't doing anything. He couldn't even come up with the ideas. Just
Barry goes, we should put this stuff here. Andy goes, oh, we should set it up like a scene? Like
yeah.
a scene. And what is this sad scene? It's a money, an iPhone, and a bear. Welcome to your new life.
It,
It's like,
it
oh
could have
no.
been like happy birthday to an 11-year-old girl.
You're so
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Good job,
Yeah,
Andy.
you're
Good
so
job.
right.
Good job. Yeah. hmm
So Andy says he's been married 2 times. The first time was 14 years. They were married for 14 years. They had the 2 daughters and the son.
hmm
And he and his second wife, whoever she is, we think he's still married to her
Right.
now, grew apart. But this time around, he done said something different. He met Brittany and they've been together. He goes, we've been together 8.5 to 9 months. So
Oh God.
specific. What are you? So
Just
weird.
like, and these people, and it's not like you've been together for 8 or 9 months in person, spending time together, getting to. One of
Right.
you is in prison, and the other is a
Right.
pathological liar who's possibly still married.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
So then we get lots of old pictures of Brittany showing all her teeth in every picture. She shows them, I mean, molars to the front. She shows every teeth in every picture. And some she's got braces and some she doesn't. But what happened? Because the braces didn't work.
Oh, I haven't
She
taken
still
notice of
got,
her teeth. Are they bad?
they're just kind of jangly on the top.
Oh, so the braces
It's
did
weird
not
because,
work.
yeah, or she
Oh.
just didn't wear retainers, maybe.
She was
Yeah.
too busy out there doing meth or crack or whatever the hell she was
Well,
doing and abandoning her children, you know?
that's a great
Yeah.
point. That's a great point. So in the talking head, Brittany's like, Andy is such a wonderful and positive person in my life. He's such a great, inspiration to me. And I didn't want to first date him because he was a cop. And I thought, why not try something new?
He's great and
Um,
wonderful person in your life because you're surrounded by prisoners. Of course he's great and wonderful and inspirational.
that's a
Girl, oh
You're making some real good
boy.
points today,
I'm kind of
Keisha.
on it
You're making some
today.
real good
I
points.
must have slept
You're on
well
it.
last night. Yeah.
Yeah, you must have.
Yeah.
So Gracie's like, oh, I can't believe it's actually happening. My mom is getting out. And then Andy's like, I got these balloons so we can release them symbolically. And
He's so
yeah,
cheap.
I kind of got it.
He's so cheap. He
He's
didn't even
so,
get the good helium balloons. Like,
the ones that would float.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gracie says, my mom and I were really close,
Mm.
and I feel like my mom is doing good, and she's really learned her lesson this time, and this will be the last time she'll be in jail. We hope that's true too. She seems remorseful. So
We'll see.
the producer asked him, "Do you think like Brittany is like scamming you or using you or whatnot?" And he's like, "No, I really don't. Now I could be wrong, but I don't know." Now they stand by the road with flowers in a vase
Mm-hmm.
and balloons, and she drives up and gets out with her garbage bag,
Mm-hmm.
and she hugs and kisses her daughter first,
Thank
which thank
God.
God.
Thank
'Cause
God. I was like,
thank God.
okay, good, 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 good. We're not gonna Lindsay and Scott this where she knocks over and hugs Scott instead of her daughter.
Right.
You did good, Brittany.
Literally
Yeah,
pushed her daughter out of the way.
knocked his tooth out. As a matter of fact, you did good with this one, Brittany.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another R.I.P. Scott.
Yes, that is true.
R.I.P.
Yes.
So she hugs, kisses her, says, I love you and everything. She takes the flowers. She kisses Andy. Then she meets Barry. He's like, nice to meet you. I'm Brittany. Hey. And he's like, hey, I'm Barry. So then we see Brittany, and she tells us that she has been in trouble since kindergarten
Damn.
for truancy and fighting. And she fought a lot with her mother because she was hyperactive and her mother didn't know what to do with her. And she
Mm.
says, it just makes me real sad,
Because she
real
probably
sad.
had ADHD or something like that and
Or
was undiagnosed. And yeah,
And mom just didn't know what to do with her
yeah.
and treated her terribly. She says, I've been through a lot with the law. I climbed out of a cop car twice in one day.
That's
All
talent.
the cops, and that was like twice in one
Wait a
day.
minute.
Damn,
Andy
girl.
probably was her cop. He probably had the windows rolled down in the back.
All the cops I'm sorry, I keep yawning. It wouldn't be me if I didn't yawn. She said, all the cops in her town knew her. They literally knew me by the back of my head.
Damn.
She says she got into a relationship when she was young and then started having kids. And then she started using meth and got in trouble because that meth will get you every time. She didn't report to probation. So then she had to go to jail.
Oh boy. And we still don't know where
And
her
she
kids are.
says,
Like who has them? Who has custody?
yeah, we just know Gracie
That's
because
it.
she's 18.
18.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we don't know.
Hmm.
I don't, do we know if all the kids are with one
We
dad?
don't
Like we don't know
know.
anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So she says, Andy's been genuine and he seems like he could be my life partner. I need somebody to hold me accountable. And
Mm.
then on that note, they try to release the balloons and they just fall to the ground,
And those
which is an
balloons
omen.
are supposed to symbolize her being free.
Right.
So the fact that they fell down, what does that symbolize? Like,
It's just like you pressing the down button for James. Yeah.
beep. Yeah.
Beep. All right, let's move on to Melissa and Louie. I love this crazy nutbag. I love Melissa
She's
and her crazy
funny.
ass. I do.
She's funny. Just there's something about her that you just like. She's crazy, batshit crazy, but likable at the same time. And I love the whole scene with her family too. They need a show.
To the bunkie that knows her because she's your mail carrier.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the bunkie sent me a picture of them at the mailbox. Hey, please see if I can get Melissa
That'd be
on
great.
to chat. I'll reach out to the WeTV person, but they're not as good as getting back as TLC is because
Oh,
they're on a shoestring budget over there at WeTV.
that is true. That is true.
So it's 2 days before Louie's release. She says she talked to him on the phone, and now she's going to go have brunch. No, she's talked to him on the phone. She's like, I'm going to have brunch with my dad and my sisters. We get some flashbacks from high school, the same two pictures they always show with
Yes.
him being the hot, popular guy and her looking like a dork with those jasmine pins down her hair. Like, hi,
Yes.
every time, every time. She reminds us he was the most popular, hottest guy in the whole world. He's Louie from high school, and they
Mm-mm-mm.
reconnected 20 years later on Facebook. Now, 20 years later on Facebook, he was in prison when
Right.
she reconnected with him. Yeah.
Yes.
She says, between his tattoos and his abs, I can't wait to jump his bones. But, my family, they're not too sure about Louie.
I wonder
Oh,
why.
really? I wonder why.
Imagine
Yeah.
that.
So she meets her sisters, Sherry and Allie.
Mm.
Allie has maybe culturally inappropriate dreadlocks.
I don't think they're culturally appropriate. I don't think she's culturally appropriating. I mean, she's got locks. There's lots of people that have locks, just, but I'm sure there's more. Some people are like, she needs to, actually on Reddit, they're like, she needs to take those out.
Yeah, I could be the only one that was like, is that
No, you're
cultural
not. I saw it
appropriation?
on the Reddit and
Okay,
people
all
agree.
right,
But then I
okay.
can't say nothing because I will. What if I want to wear a blonde wig? Am I culturally appropriating?
No?
So I think she's fine with her locks. I thought it
Okay,
doesn't
all
help that
right.
I liked her, so I'm really gonna say yeah,
Yeah.
she's good. Yeah, yeah,
Well, both of these sisters are pretty good. They're
yes.
pretty good. And so dad says, "Huh, all right, how's it going? You're talking to Louie, huh? How do you think old Louie's gonna get a job being a felon?" And they're like, "Dad, you could hire him." He's like, "No, I gotta go smoke." And she goes, "Why? I'm already stressing you out." And he goes, "You know how I feel about drugs." She's like, "What? What? Who's on drugs?" So when dad comes back, she says, "Yeah, I do believe Louie is sober. I mean, that's the least of my worries, right?"
Mm.
And Allie goes, "What are you worried about? Girls? He ain't got no teeth in his mouth. How would he get a girl?"
See, these sisters are what Jade and her sisters kind of wanted to be, but failed miserably. These girls are fucking funny, and they're honest,
They're
and they're
funny.
funny. Yeah, I like. They could have their own little 30-minute show, and I'd watch it.
It was great. And she goes, "Well, I mean, he found me. So, and she goes, I've really found my person." And Allie goes, "You found your toothless Jim? That's what you found?" They
Wait,
go, "He has one tooth." And she goes, "He has five."
and wait a minute. Her saying that he has 5 teeth was the equivalent of Key Rock saying, "Mom, I've got 18 chin hairs. Mom, I really do have 18
Oh,
chin hairs." Yeah, you just got to make the best of the situation. I mean, 5 teeth is better than one.
I mean, I
That's
guess.
pretty
And then
bad.
she's like, "It's not his fault that he doesn't have any teeth from doing the drugs." And they go, "Well, whose fault is it?" And she goes, "It's the Department of Corrections because they just pulled him
What else
out.
were they supposed to
It's
do?
not his fault."
They're infected, and can you imagine?
I
And stank breath and
mm,
all. Then
mm,
there was Donald,
mm.
who felt
Who's Donald?
her dad.
I didn't know his name was Donald. Then Donald pulled
Oh,
out his dentures to show her what it would be like to kiss a man with no teeth. And I was like, you're right. This family needs a spinoff.
I'm like, Donald, you
It
could
was
have
great.
at least used a napkin to pull them out because you saw the spit drag. Just like, I'm like, I am glad I'm not eating because it was funny yet gross at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how I feel about teeth. I was intrigued by the whole conversation. I was intrigued by the whole thing. So dad says, "I think Louis just going to go back to drugs. I think he's a con man who just knows what to say to women. We'll see."
Yeah.
Dad's just, you remember last year when dad like went on that pier and they sat on that pier and
He
he
told
yelled at,
off
told off
Louis'
the
mom.
mom on the phone. He's like,
I like him. I like
Who
Donald.
are you?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him too. I'm concerned about his sunspot on his face. I think he needs to get that looked at. That looks like a melanoma.
Well, when you interview Melissa, whisper that in her ear
I,
right there.
yeah, say, I need your dad to get that spot checked
Check.
out.
Yeah.
So So she reminds her sisters, like, "I loved Louis in high school and I love him now." And they're like, "You're in a fantasy land, girl. Like,
Yeah.
he did not know who you were in high school."
Yeah.
Like, and I really got to know with her wearing that cheerleading outfit all the time, was she a cheerleader in high
Fuck
school or was
no.
that part of
Because if you were a
that's part of the
cheerleader in high
fantasy?
school, you're not wearing a cheerleader uniform now. This
I
was the
think you're right.
girl
I
who
think it's just
couldn't
part
get
of his
on.
fantasy.
Yeah. And can we say copy and paste with those girls? I mean, they're like
Yeah.
literally the same person.
Yeah.
And they've all got Donald's
Yeah.
nose too. Like he picked
Yes.
those girls out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Which makes the whole situation even funnier that they all look so much alike.
Oh my god. So now she's headed to Atlanta because
Mhm.
his prison is outside of Atlanta, and she's like, "Here I am in the airport. I've got my Italian rainbow cookies from a real Italian Jersey bakery for Louie." And she's like, "I got this pickup truck because I'm gonna put Donna in the back because you get it, like she's a dog. Like I'm gonna put Donna in the back. That seems like a good spot for her." Oh my god. She went to rent the car and she was like, "I need the cheapest car that you got." And they're like, "We have a pickup truck." She's like, "I'll take
Well,
it."
because the truck is a stick shift. Did you see her?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was, like, right off the farm.
Like
Yeah, I was like, "Whose truck is that?"
who knows how to drive a stick shift anymore? I don't even think Skylar knows what that is. I don't think she's ever seen it before.
My kids have never seen a stick shift. I
Yeah.
mean, I used to be able to drive one, but not well, but I could do it, but I don't think I could do it
I've
now.
never driven
It's like
one.
ch ch first, ch
Yeah. I think
reverse.
Skylar like, what is that?
Um,
Like like she does with like a rotary
Yeah.
phone. Like, what is that? Like, what is that
It was the
thing?
cheapest car they had,
Yeah,
or it's a production van, and she was like, "I can't afford to rent a car."
maybe.
So, then we see Donna. So we switch from Melissa talking about how much she hates Donna to flip it to Donna. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Donna. I hate Melissa. I hate that fucking whore."
But they look so much
And,
alike. Like, that is her birth mom. Donna is Melissa's birth mom. That is her child. They look so much
they
alike.
look
They
alike.
really
They
do.
do.
Either that
They
or
do.
Donald and Donald are brother and sister.
Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah, I mean, there's a family
Mm.
resemblance there for sure.
Oh, so Donna's talking about how much she hates that whore, and
Mm.
she's like, "He asked me not to make him choose between me and her, but there's no choice. I've been to the one in court with him. I've seen him every weekend. You think I know? You think you know him better than I do? Welcome to reality, bitch."
Did you check out that
Yeah,
1990 television that she had on
yeah,
that dresser?
yeah,
Like, I think Louis is going to choose to
yeah.
go to Melissa's house where there's a flat screen.
Her bartending and mail carrier money is,
Right?
yeah. All right, so now we're going to end with Renika and Asante. So
R.I.P.
again, R.I.P.
Yes.
So we open with where we left off,
Mm.
which was him coming out of the jail and him jumping on him. And
Mm.
it's been a long 18-month struggle. She's dated this prisoner. And hey, in this confessional, her wig looks better. I mean, still the bad color, but it looks better in the
Yes, it
confessional.
looks like something was done to it. Most definitely.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks straight. It doesn't have those
Straighter.
big chunks of, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
It was a
nice.
tiny step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, again, she's like, "I'm gonna worry about that auntie stuff later. Let's just, we got to get busy. It's been
But
4 years since I had sex." Or
there,
I don't know what she said, something crazy.
do you think I would have even left the parking lot with him after I found that out? No, I would have
Mm-mm.
been like, let that bitch come pick you up. Like, that is the craziest
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, this is why men don't respect
I,
us.
I, w-
Just,
I would have been like, "Oh, your auntie said she's making some food, so we should go by there first to get some food, and you can say hi to your auntie, and then we'll go to the hotel.
mm,
Now, give me that address because we're going to your auntie's."
yeah, she should have made a
Yeah,
much bigger deal out of this than what she did. I think she's just
yeah.
horny.
I think she's just horny
Yeah.
too. Well, I mean, not think. I mean, she told
Yeah,
us.
that's true.
So, so she says, he's like, "This has been a great moment, like paradise seeing her for the first time. Her lips feel good.
Mm.
She's fine. She smells good. It was worth the wait." And then he's like, "Oh, like the wolf is coming out." So in his talking head, he's trying to pretend like he likes her
He
for like a
does
minute.
not like her at all. No.
He
Mm-mm.
doesn't.
Mm-mm.
So this is when in the car she's going, "Who do you want? You want Diva Nika? Big Diva? Do you want Runika? Now, or you want Nutty? You want
Yeah.
Nutty." And then she tells us Renika, who we see when she's mothering her
Mhm.
children,
Mhm.
is preserved,
Yeah. Mhm.
and not loud.
I mean, I wonder, is she preserved like you got to keep it in the refrigerator or it can go in the pantry? I mean, because producer James likes me when
What
I'm
kind
more
of
preserved.
preservatives?
You know what I mean? He likes to put me on
Yeah.
a toast every now and then. Just
Is it a preserved like Joan Rivers was real preserved with all the plastic surgery,
right.
like preserved like that? Is that how we're what? God bless her.
Yes, she said it loud and proud and just like, you stupid bitch. You
Mhm.
just said you were preserved.
Mm,
Okay. All
bless.
right. Uh-huh.
So now the phone rings. She goes, "Oh, this is the girlfriend. Now you better put that bitch on speaker. Oh, this is your auntie. You better put that bitch on speaker." So she hasn't even told him anything, but the minute that phone rings, she goes crazy.
Yeah.
And auntie girlfriend, we got the Charlie Brown treatment. Is like wah
Right.
wah 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 wah. And the producer says, "Is that girl your auntie?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah, that girl definitely my auntie. I don't know. You guys must have the wrong information." And he just kind of, "Yeah, you guys have the wrong information, looking
He
everywhere
never looks
but at the
straight.
kid."
Never, ever, ever. And
Mm-mm.
to me, if you look too many times to the left, our conversation's over because your ass is lying. So
Lying.
he's just constantly looking, putting his head down. Like, that would piss me off.
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
So she's like, "Give me that phone." She's
Yeah.
trying to grab it. He's like, "Chill out, chill out." So he hangs up and he goes, I don't know what you're so mad about. Quit hitting on me and stuff. She goes, "You're playing me.
Yep.
Do I look dumb? Do I look dumb?" And I don't just
Well,
mean because my rig looks like a 7-Up bottle.
yeah.
Do I look dumb? And he's just like, "Stop. What are you talking about? That is my auntie. You have to like trust me. Do I look what?" And he goes, "Look, my auntie got me a phone. I'm gonna have to go and get it." and I'm gonna go later on tonight. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get it alone because she got my phone. She goes,
No, you're
"The
not.
fuck you are?
Mm-mm. Nope.
No, you're not."
No. Nope.
She
Absolutely not.
goes, "How you getting there? How you getting there? You think you're gonna drive this car?" I think she went to sleep and like stuck those keys up her hoo ha. She's like, "You been driving this car? You're leaving."
And she put it
Mm-mm.
underneath her wig so
Mm-hmm.
she would feel
And
it.
he's like,
I don't
I
know
don't
what's
want to
under
look under
there.
there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in his talking head, he says, "Yeah, Renika, she's been great. She's been there for me, and I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm gonna be loyal, and yeah, like I'm thinking about sex right now, but yeah, I can't wait to like go on dates and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm taking her to Applebee's. We're doing the
And
thing.
then he's all like, put me out, put me out. If you don't trust me, put me out right here.
Yeah. Uh
And she
huh.
didn't put him out, but
Uh
she put
huh.
her mom out of her club gig. Club gig. What our whole damn
She
family.
sure
But
did.
she won't put his
Yep.
lying ass out. Really,
Yeah.
Renika? Come on now.
She's your girlfriend. You're not loyal. You're cheating on me. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And then he brings this out. I'm the man and I wear the pants.
Prison pants.
Oh my.
Like,
That would make more sense if you were in your Levi's, but you're in those dungarees from
yes, you
prison.
are. And talking about
Yeah.
you're running shit. Really?
Oh my God. He goes, "Hold my hand, girl." And then he's like, "You gonna ride my dick later?" And she goes, "You know it. I love you. I love you too." I was like, "Well, that was a quick fight. That was quick."
It was so dumb. It was just two dumb people talking shit to one another. That's all it was.
But they're both all horned up, so they don't want to
Yeah,
give up
that's
the
true.
opportunity
I
for
guess so.
sex.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So they go into this apartment or this house or whatever. She's already told us it's a rental. She acts
Right.
like she owns it. She's like, "Here's my living
Yeah.
room. Here's this.
Yeah.
Here's my sign that says gather in the kitchen. And here's the
For the king and queen.
and for the king and queen, it's been
Yeah.
4 years since he had sex, and sex is the main
Right.
focus. And then she's like, "You gonna take off those prison pants? It's okay, baby." I was like, "You
He
get your
needs
ass
a
in the shower.
shower.
Just go
Please.
shower."
No. Why are you on the bed? Like, get off. Sit on the floor until you take a shower. Like, that's just.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even
that's
want.
that's why we see these people have showers right
Yeah,
away.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even want him in my face because it's just. Do they even have really good toothpaste in prison? Like, here's some
I don't think so.
Listerine. Just go scrub yourself off, please.
She doesn't care. So then we get lots of "ooh daddy" sex sounds, and that's yeah.
And did you see the rip in
So
her fishnets? Like, she looked just about as bad as he did.
I did not see the rip in her fishnets.
She had
That's
quite a
tragic.
few. Quite a few. Yeah.
Oh, that's tragic.
Yeah.
And then 2 nails and
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope.
So we get a lot of sex sounds, and that's that. Now we get 4 hours later, and we see this night vision camera. I was like, "Do they have cameras set up inside that
I
house?" I
guess they
guess
do.
because it's full on. Like, is somebody coming in to murder her? Because it's like,
Right?
like if that person was walking the other way, I'm like, "Look out!"
Yeah.
Yeah, but the person was leaving.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And he sneaks out and gets out in a car that's waiting because she hid her keys.
Well, because that's
So
where the
he's got
phone is, the steak, the salad, and the shrimp. They're all at the auntie's house. He's got the sex
That's
already.
right.
He needs all the other all the other.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that motherfucker
Sex with this.
snuck out of
Yeah,
that
walks
goddamn
right out.
house. That is
Yeah,
bold.
that is
That's very
bold.
bold.
So that's the end. But then we get this season on Love After
Mhm.
Lockup. So we see Sheree.
Mhm.
It is Sheree, right?
It is like
It's
just
not
remember
Sheree.
She by Sheree. Yeah,
Sheree. Well, it's
Sheree.
spelled different than She by
Well,
Sheree.
every time you meet someone
We
named
get
Sheree, it's spelled differently.
that's
So
true.
yeah.
That's true. So we see Sheree greet Anthony when he gets out of prison. Then we see Brittany tell Key Rock that she wants to take a Spanish dancing class.
Mhm.
Then we see him throwing stuff out of the closet going, "No, I don't like this. No."
Mhm.
He says he's not controlling. And the next thing we see him going, "Don't you need to go to the bathroom?"
Yeah, he
So
was
she's like,
controlling while in
"All right."
prison.
Tells her she doesn't know how to drive,
Yeah.
etc. Andy shows Brittany her starter money. And then we see her say, "I don't think I'm ready." And he says, "You just can't be completely given up." And then we see her say, "Everything he says is a fucking lie,"
We know.
which we know.
Yeah.
We've been on Reddit. We
Mhm.
know. Then we see Melissa greet Louie in that fucking cheerleader outfit. And they are making out on the side of the road. And Mom is from the side going, "We're burning daylight. Let's go." Put her in the back of the truck.
Right?
I'm going to die if they put her in the back of the truck.
Well, they'd
Oh
have
my
to lift
God.
her up to even put her back there.
Oh my god, so funny. Then we see Louis saying to Melissa, "I'm telling you, and you should just believe what I tell you." And she goes, "How can you be trusted?"
Mm.
And then she cries and says, "He's not the man I thought he was."
They never
What?
are.
They never are. It's the theme of the show.
Yes.
Then we see a new person who is this white lady, and she says, "If he was talking to somebody else this whole time, how would I know?" And then we see her peel off and like drop his clothes
Yeah.
on the side.
Mhm.
So we don't know these people
No.
yet. Then we see Renika yelling, and she says, You were just completely gone. Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with, Asante?"
Yeah.
And then we see a guy who seems to be like a cop or a
PI.
PI, and
Yeah.
it's like PI because
Yeah.
he's like, "This reminds me of my bounty hunting days." And then Renika's like, "Is he up there?" And he says, "He's up there." And we see her approach a door, and somebody's chasing someone down a
Yes.
hotel room hallway.
Yeah. And I couldn't, I was like, wait, is, because you
I was
never
trying
know
to
with these
pause it.
situations, like,
Yeah,
who is that? Is that, from the Renika story, that the people running? Who
yeah,
is it?
uh-huh,
But yeah, they did that
yeah.
really well where we couldn't tell who it was at all.
We couldn't tell. They're
No.
always trying to trick us.
Yep.
And did you see the ad that they did for Life After Lockup coming in December?
Yes, I did.
All right, so we got Taylor and Chance.
Yeah, well, she put on a Facebook group, "I didn't know if you guys heard, but we're coming back." And people are like, "Oh, great. We're so
Oh
thrilled.
god.
Oh, I'm sick of them."
Mm.
We've seen their story.
And then
We get it.
we got Mouthhole Sean, and what's her name? And they had the baby with the red
Sarah,
hair. I
Sarah.
can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Sarah. That's right. Then we have your boy Cameron
Yes.
and whatever her name is. What's her name? Cameron
Eris.
and
Yeah.
Eris. I knew it started with an A.
Mhm.
And she's still, again, still pregnant. And then we come to the second longest pregnancy in the history of time, which is Justine and Mike.
Yeah.
Now we know they had the baby because we see them on the internet, but they hadn't shown the baby
Yeah.
because they're only going to show the baby on the show.
And Cameron and Aries haven't really showed their baby. They've shown the baby, but it's just like her profile or the back of her head. Just
Yeah.
Michael have shown nothing.
And then Cameron calls her little killer,
Little
which
killer.
I think is not cute for a baby. Maybe.
Well, shit, it's not cute
Yeah.
to call a grown-up killer either. It's just
No, you're right. And then on Thursdays, it says we're getting a Love After Lockup. Where are they now? Now, is
right.
this, they're advertising it like it's new, but I feel like people have been seeing these Where Are
Yeah,
They
they've
Nows before or
showing them.
after.
Yeah, they've been showing them every Thursday.
Well, you could have let me know. I didn't know.
I thought you knew.
About- No, I thought they were on like before or after, and I'm always like, I'm so tired. I got to cut
No,
this
they come
off.
on Thursday nights. I
Well,
thought
is there
you
anything good
knew.
on there I need to know about anybody?
I mean, I've only watched like the Sarah and Michael.
I love her.
We got an update on her. I watched
So Sarah and Michael. So Michael's back in prison.
yeah, so what was the other girl he was cheating on Sarah with? What was her name? I can't remember that. She was
It'll
the
come to me.
virgin.
Yeah.
We get up, she's on there
Oh
too.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Then
Her, yeah.
Chevelle and what was her boyfriend's name?
Oh, Chevelle, and I can't remember that guy's name.
Their updates.
Starts with a Q. Starts with a Q.
Quaylen.
Quaylen.
Quaylen. I
Now,
watched
are they
theirs.
still together? Is
They are back together.
okay,
Yeah.
good. He didn't go back to
And he
prison.
did not go back to prison. And who else have I watched? I
Good.
think last week was Indy and Kevin. I haven't watched that one yet. And I think
Not Indy and Kevin,
Indy and Kevin. Yeah. They did updates on them.
but okay, not Indy and Kevin
No,
together.
just
But
on
I
the
did
same
hear a rumor
episode.
that but somebody did say they had hooked up.
Well, they were at a party together. They were at Brittany and Ray's some birthday party, and they were real kind of close and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then they did
Are
Lizzie.
Brittany and Ray doing okay?
They did one on them. They are. They're going through
That
IVF
okay,
treatment
good.
to have a baby. Yeah. And
Good.
then they
Love them.
did Lizzie, and I can't remember who the person was with Lizzie. Lizzie's still
Well, Lizzie and
crazy.
Scott.
Well, no. Like they have there's two people on the episode. I can't remember who the other person
Mm.
was on that episode, but Lizzie's still batshit crazy.
Oh, there's two characters on each
Yes.
episode.
And then
Gotcha.
they
Okay.
did, who was the crazy girl, the mortician?
Oh,
Ty.
Ty.
We did her. She's
Ty with
still,
the 2.
she's
Yeah.
batshit crazy and now has a girlfriend in
Uh-huh.
prison. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she's still not in prison, but she's got a girlfriend in prison.
She's not dating
She's decided to go the other
anymore. She
way.
decided to go to a totally different way.
Okay, well, maybe that'll work out better for her.
I guess we'll see.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video episode. If you are on the $10 level and above of Pink Shade Prime, that is Supercast and Patreon. And if not, you're just hearing it in your regular ear holes on the public feed. Glad you're hearing it too. And as we do, we always end with Keisha. Tell us what's happening on the Libra Lounge with Keisha.
So we're recording this week. We've got more Kim and Croy foreclosure updates. We're going to be talking about the latest
Mm,
in Hollywood divorces because there's been quite a few, and
okay.
probably a little bit of reality TV as well, and shit
Okay.
talking as
Uh,
always.
Kim McCroy, I just saw her post something like today, which is
Mm.
Sunday, that said something like, I'm just so happy not to be in social media and be living my life. And I was like,
She's
what?
always posting on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just so nice to live a quiet life and not post on social
she
media. I was like,
she's
huh?
she's filming
What?
on a reality TV show right now, and she's been updating like every 15 seconds. What is she talking
Oh, yeah.
about?
To be on the surreal life or something?
Yeah, she's gonna fuck up the show. Last season was pretty good, and now I don't like any of the people who are going to be on this season, but I'm going to watch it, of course. But yeah,
I got to see when that show The Villains comes out because we've
it's
got,
pretty. I think it's October.
okay, because we've got Anfisa from 90 Day. We got
Hmm.
Jax from Vanderpump.
And I'm
We
watching
got
it
some good
because we've
people in
got
there.
New York from Flavor of Love on there and Omarosa, and I got to
Hilarious.
see how they're going to battle it out. That's going to be
That's on The
good.
Villains. It got Omarosa and New
Hmm.
York.
Hmm. Yeah,
Wow. Well, Jax is just going to sit back and do nothing. He's got nothing on those
he's gonna
ladies.
sitting there watching and staying out the damn way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay out the way. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, everybody, please follow us at Pink Shade Pod on Instagram. Doing funny reels, doing some things over there. And, if you like this podcast, you can just hit that 5-star like. And if you like the Libra Lounge with Keisha, hit that 5-star. It's so easy
Yes, it
and it
is.
means a lot to
Hmm.
us.
It does. We love it.
You can even write a few words if you want, but
Hmm.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
But we appreciate it.
Hmm.
We appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next week.
All righty.
Bye. Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.